a tight spot, huh? Flying guys are so annoying. Careful! Take a break, Bessie. You deserve it. Next birdie, please. Finch, on the job. Hold it right there. Things are really spicing up. Nice! Keep going! Come on, cheer up! Okay, don't panic. Don't panic! You haven't seen anything yet, buddy. I'm just getting warmed up. Oh, come on. Remember when we were all like, rah, before? It's all downhill from here, huh? You know what? I think I'm their weakness. Let's finish this with oomph. Oh, I can do it. Can't you give me some orders for a change? Okay, here we go. See ya. Woohoo! You're gonna get served. You're gonna love this one. Go back to whence you came. Blast of fresh air. Whoopsie crazy. Wake up, whirl. Focus. Eagle eye. Rush down. Quicken arts. Armor veil. Aether anchor. Revitalize. Blind spot. Hi-ya. You ready for this? Oh, bye-bye. You're strong. But you're also kind of dumb, huh? Moraj, how are you so cool? You, totally wiped the floor with them. Oh, man, those steamed veggies you made the other day were super tasty, Pyra. That was a close one. Thanks for saving my skin, Bromark. I know, right. Wait, what was I actually doing again? Love your hat, Pancakia. Mind if I borrow it sometime? Of course I remember. Give me a second. Oh, I think I'm getting amnesia. Hey, Practice, when this is all over, I get to be your little sis, right? We promised. How could I forget Melon? Your style of fighting is so awesome. I doubt it. I'll let you know if I can work it out, okay? Hey, Magnetra, can I have a go on your Sparky thing? Hey, Rolfwick, can I ride on your shoulders? I like looking down on stuff from above. I know, right? They got a real taste of my sweet dreams attack. Thanks, Cheery. It's a tempting offer, I gotta say. I wish we could just laze about, take in the sights. Mind if I ride on you so I don't forget stuff? It'd work so well. Whoops. I must be giving you the wrong impression. You're supposed to be trembling in terror. Hey, are you staring at me? Come on, Patch is up here. Don't forget. A little rescuing here, please. Someone's being targeted. Okay, keep an eye on the enemy. Woohoo! That's awesome! It moves like a, oh, it's on the tip of my tongue.
Hello? Is this thing on? I can't actually tell because I didn't test this stuff out nearly as much as I probably should have before doing this. You might notice that most of the stream is basically identical to how it was in 2018 when I streamed the Wii version of Xenoblade 1. 2.5 years ago, I think, at this point. So, yeah, that's basically it. You might notice the alerts are all still Xenoblade 1 themed because I barely got around to changing anything. I didn't know this prototype existed until this morning, so yeah, that's why that's there. I did hit affiliate just from that, which is surprising for multiple reasons because I was not nearly as good at anything at that point. I still have subscriptions and donations enabled. Don't do it though. I still have emotes literally just so I can spam the Turters emote in other people's chats. I'm not going to be streaming regularly for the foreseeable future still, so you're going to get nothing out of doing anything. It's just, I left it enabled because I'm going to forget to re-enable it later on once I do actually stream again. You should not be hearing any game audio right now if that was a concern. The title screen of episode 1 is quiet normally. If anyone was there back when I was on this screen, could you actually hear Finch? Because I should have had it set to play just all of her battle dialogue on loop, but it might not have worked. So I'm not entirely sure on that one.
Aye, Captain. I am so
I can't hear what's coming out of the stream right now. So
wasn't gonna work.
If you can hear Finch, let me know.
I'm really sorry.
Okay, good. As long as you can hear Finch, that's acceptable. Yeah, I might need to do some audio fun, just because I didn't check anything, and The PS2 emulator was pretty loud earlier when I was just like playing it to check it a little bit, because I could close that window. Let's see, what else can I... I'm not used to having a computer that can like actually run this without dying. I'm like, man, I'm only 31% RAM. I'm very happy today. So what I'm actually gonna do is start a new game first, just to show off some things. So I am playing this on emulator, obviously, because this is the prototype build. Then again, let me know how the game audio is. I do think I need to lower it a little bit. But a lot of the cutscenes are pre-rendered in this. So even though I actually have it playing in like basically 4K, a lot of these cutscenes will still look like they're on the PS2 because they were pre-rendered for the PS2. So I'm just gonna skip a bunch until we get to actual gameplay. That's new. The EV1000 seems to be some sort of cutscene marker. Like, this is the scene where this happens. This is the scene where that happens. So that's new to this version. Or that's in the prototype build and not in the final version. So we're gonna skip a few scenes because okay. I was expecting game audio to be loud. And there we go. I have game audio on 1 now. So that's about as quiet as I can make it. See, even this, which is using the actual game models, it's still really grainy because it's pre-rendered. So we'll skip a few more scenes. So that one's 1010, so presumably it just has to do with the cutscene location. There we go, now we're in actual gameplay. So this should look significantly better than the actual PS2, just because I cranked the graphic settings up a lot. I have to show off the shadow thing. So Xenosaga 1 is really funny when it comes to its special effect, or its shadows, at least when it's being emulated, because... Thank you for the follow. I'm not going to be shouting out everything, because I'm really not used to a lot of the stuff. Because without a lot of special consideration being taken into account, shadows do this, which is honestly really horrifying. Now, if you take the resolution and set it down to actual native PS2 resolution, then it looks different than it does in the actual game, but you don't get the puppet strings. So just keep in mind there are some quirks that just happen because I'm emulating the game, which would happen like regardless of what build I was using. So we're just gonna set it back to that, because obviously the shadows don't look right. Still, if you looked at the actual PS2 version, it would look different than what I had at the lower resolution. So just keep that in mind. Some things might not be because this is a prototype build. Some might just be because it's not emulated perfectly. So I'm just going to play like a few minutes of the game to get to the first save point, just to show something off. And I don't know why the text box is freaking out there. It wasn't doing that before. So I'll just go through the first couple fights. Yes, this game can be this slow sometimes. And... Alright, there... Again, I think it was an emulation issue. Everyone had seams running down the middle of their face. Which is... I don't know what change fixed it. I put in a lot of things at the same time. So, let's get that out of the way. Check Task Manager. Task Manager is still not having a lot of trouble. That's good. My computer... I seem to be bottlenecked by my internet connection, which is good, because I want that to be the case. So, alright, sure, I can mash through this. I think I can beat the beginning of Xenosaga 1. Hopefully. See, I should be scripting the Gnosis video, but I'm not. I'm doing this instead. Let's see. You're weaker to ether attacks, I think. So, yeah, I don't think I need to try on these guys. Yeah, like, Episode 2 not being great withstanding, these games still hold up. Episode 3, like, no shade to Xenoblade 1, I think Episode 3 just straight up looks better than Xenoblade 1. Obviously, this is because it's a smaller scope, and they had to make a lot of sacrifices when it came to the cutscenes, because a lot of them are just, like, text boxes and not actual stuff. So, yeah, but I do think overall it looks okay. Yeah, something screwing up with the text boxes that was not screwing up the text boxes before. So I might just want to figure that out. And yeah, this one's not pre-rendered. You could see Alan in all his glory.
The A-line protocol is looking good.
It sure is. The response levels are really good.
If we can maintain these levels, we'll have some great results soon.
Alright, I don't actually need to watch this cutscene. I can skip it. And that was a different number too. So, alright, I'm going to leave this text box up and see what setting I have on specifically is making it look wrong. No. Keep that up. That didn't do anything. At least I don't think it did it before. I should have at least taken screenshots. Oh, why is my mouse on? I didn't mean to do that. Don't capture cursor. Don't need cursor for this one because it's not a PC game. Okay. There we go. Okay. So as long as it didn't... Now, fixing the text box might have broken the shadows again. So we'll just see... Can I skip this? Oh, I can't skip that. We'll see what's going... Okay. Shadows still work, and the text box isn't broken. That's good. I'm just gonna walk through here and not touch as much as I can possibly not touch. Now, also, keep in mind, I'm going to miss input a lot because for some reason this game uses Nintendo controls despite being a PS2 game. So, circle is confirm and X is cancel. Which is, it's going to mess me up a lot because I'm going to keep thinking that this is most other PlayStation games. And keep in mind, I'm playing this on a DualShock 4. I could have just gotten my Switch Pro controller out and it would have been basically the same. So, I might screw myself with muscle memory a little bit, but we'll see. I think this and one other are the only fights that I actually need to do. Just in order to show off specifically what I want to show off, because if you're just coming in now, this is not the prototype stuff yet. This is just the beginning of the actual game. Alright, now... Yep, there's the save point. And, this game's kind of rude because it gives you a mini-boss before it gives you the first save point in the game. So, it's a really easy fight because it's still a tutorial, because this is where they're like, hey, did you know that mechs exist? So, I'm gonna skip that. I should have seen what number that was. What number was on the cutscene, but whatever. Let's see. Alright, so this one's just like, did you know this is a Xeno... Did you know that you can pilot robots in a Xeno game? So now we just gotta mash through the eggs. Oh, hold on. I need to... I didn't realize there was a type... Thanks, no one, for telling me there's a typo in the stream title. Xenosaga... okay. Xenosaga isn't very difficult in terms of difficulty, just like overall, except for episode 2, which... Oh, I'm tabbed out of this window, which is why it wasn't accepting my inputs. Okay. As long as you can get access to a PDF of the actual manual and maybe have a guide to reference, I'd say it's pretty easy to get into. It's not difficult at all, so it shouldn't be too big a deal to adjust to it. It's very different from Xenoblade and even from Gears, but I'd say it's not a struggle. There's a lot of menuing in episode 1 just because it's episode 1. So I'm not explaining this very well. Hold on. I'm not used to doing this live. There's a lot of menuing in episode 1, but in terms of actual difficulty and complexity of the mechanics, it's not really that bad. you really just need a guide maybe for the beginning, if that, and just a knowledge of what the controls are. You could just look up some GameFAQs posts and you'll probably be fine. We'll use G-Shot. It's not going to kill, because the entire object of this fight is to let Shion kill it with her robot. Because, weirdly enough, Cosmos can't pilot a robot in this game. Oh, never mind, it did kill, because I was really mindlessly mashing. Episode 2 on the... Episode 3, it's really easy, but it's also a really fun battle system that's super intuitive and doesn't take a lot to get into. Episode 2, on the other hand, is the most complex in a bad way, so I would honestly just recommend looking up a guide the entire way through. So, that was all the main game that I wanted to play, and that was just to show that if I forgot, I had to update the emulator, so I have to format the fake memory card, which is really funny. And no, I don't know why the screenshot in there is that pixelated. I don't think it's supposed to be. But, again, I've only played this on the actual PS2 before, so I don't know if the regular game does that. And then we're just gonna reset the old PS2. And see what happens. Come on. Like the regular game and the emulator, the save crashes. That's unfortunate. So not only is it impossible to get actual copies of these games, but the emulation doesn't even work properly. So you're kind of double screwed. At least the really big crash in Xenogears is present on the initial hardware. Like, I was playing a honest-to-God PS1 copy on an honest-to-God PS2, and it still did that crash, which is more annoying than anything. It's one of the last boss fights. Or no, which fight is it? Sort of right before Disc 2 opens up and lets you actually go to the overworld, there's a boss fight that has an attack that just kind of crashes the game, and you just kind of have to pray that it doesn't crash the game, which isn't very fun, but what are you going to do? The worst part is just the rumors of the PlayStation store the PS3 store going down has made Xenogears actual copies already shoot up massively in price, which is really bad for anyone who actually wants to play Xenogears legitimately. So if you go to the debug room, you get the debug room. And this is interesting because it doesn't rely on any of your save files at all. So Shion and Cosmos had leveled up a couple times by the time I made that save. And if you look here, I've actually got the full part. Oh, by the way, I should have mentioned this before. There will be spoilers for, like, just episode 1 in here, because I'm going through the debug room for episode 1, so there's going to be a bunch of different stuff. But the party members in episode 1 aren't a spoiler or anything. Like, none of the party members in Saga at all, besides some of the temporary ones, really, are any form of spoiler for the story. So you'll notice that debug menu kicked me straight to the debug menu, and it just gave me all of my party members from the get-go. And on top of that, it's actually all of my party members at the level at which they join. At least I think, yeah, because Momo's a lower level than Ziggy is. And it's even in their default states. So Ziggy's name is still Ziggurat 8. And if you go to battle formation, I think Cosmos still has her visor down. And then in here, you've got a save icon that supposedly lets you go to the UMN, but as of this state in the game, if you like try to actually go to the UMN menu, like if I go, you can't actually use the EVS from here, because if you go to the UMN menu, this is like the earliest version of the UMN before the EVS is even unlocked. And actually, if you go to another room in the debug environment and come back, this will just turn into a normal save point. So it shouldn't even have the EVS plate in the first place, which is really weird. Then there's also a shop, which is kind of a really bad shop, because all that it sells are the default armors, like the default armors, as in just the stuff that Shion has at the beginning of the game, and all of your characters are in their default equipment. So it's kind of really annoying. You can't really upgrade your gear in here. But let's see, what do I want to do? Here, this just lets you go straight into a few areas early in the story. Like, I think that's mostly just Cosmos Simulator and getting out of it. Then can talk to Lapis Roman, who has a unique name and a lot of, like, she has a bio entry and a lot of weird stuff just for some person. And that lets you get into a lot of bosses, like all the way up to Cherenkov, which is Cathedral Ship, which is like at least a third of the way through the game, which is kind of bizarre. So yeah, you can fight bosses here. You can even fight the Margulis fight that you're supposed to lose. The only issue with that is, again, we're level 1. So we're not going to do too well. But if you go over here, you get this, which is honestly a hilarious thing in general. You want to go earn some experience points? I'm not going to go earn some experience points quite yet, because I forgot that you can just kind of get characters working normally by doing this. You can't change Ziggy's name quite yet, but if you swap Cosmos into the lead, then she'll actually put her visor up and go back to her normal model, which is, I think, is only because you can't make her your lead character on the field before you get her in person. Like in the simulation, when it's just her with the visor down, you can't make her your lead character. So they just automatically turn her into this model when you try to set her so the game doesn't crash. But if you want to go earn some experience points, you could get a little bit, and even just Mr. 100 points is enough to level up at least Shion and Cosmos. It might even level up Momo as well, who's the third person I have in the party. And this just, yeah. So these guys, they're just the generic guys from the beginning, but with 5 HP. They're even named Mr. Number of Points, which is even better. And you can kill them with literally anything. So Shion and Cosmos should both level up from this. Oh, no, they didn't. That's weird. Oh, I forgot that experience is shared. I forgot about that. So they didn't level up. It's shared between everyone who's there. So then that just puts you back here. And I want to make progress here. So we're going to fight Mr. 300,000 points by 3. Which exists. And is hilarious. And yeah, they're all the same. The text for the name of the character comes outside the targetable thing. So, like, yeah, Momo can one-shot these guys with the physical attack. That's how you know you're literally just there so people can get their places faster.
The enemies have been exterminated.
So, now, watch this. Now we're all level 44. And Shion and Momo have learned all of their level up attacks. Cosmos didn't learn anything because none of her new attacks come from leveling up. They all come from story events or getting weapons and stuff. So that's unfortunate. And let's... There, I canceled out because I pressed the wrong button again. And let's just replace everyone with the others so they just get all their techs. Because they get most of the experience, but they don't get the other kinds of points. So I've never actually fought with Ziggy yet. So it's going to be interesting to see, does Ziggy's name change to Ziggy if I put him in a battle with, or just outside of Pleroma in general. And I'm going to fight these guys again, because why not? So, oh right, I forgot we don't have the scan ability, so we don't know that these guys just have 5 HP. And like, yeah, level 40 Junior and Ziggy, you're going to overkill these guys to a stupid degree. So we don't need to worry about anything here.
Come on, everyone. We still have a long ways to go.
Yeah, no. Chaos only learned... Oh! Did they actually learn their stuff already from the level up? Just didn't tell me? That might actually be the case. Let's check, because I don't remember how learning things when you're not actively in the party works. So, let's see. Yeah, again, these guys just all have their default stuff. And I barely remember how the menus work here. There we go, tech attacks. So, does Chaos have all of his stuff? I don't think so. Let's just check. Wait, hold on. I think I have that in a different window. No, that's the Gnosis script. There we go. Let's see. Cosmos all come from the story. I definitely learned all of Shion's because she learned 6 just from the one fight. Ziggy should have 7 in total, so let's just check Ziggy next. Don't think I should have only 4 on Chaos. Ziggy's name did not change. Okay, so Ziggy does have all of his. Oh, it's Scrolls. Okay, yeah, then Chaos has all of his. Cosmos, okay. Cosmos might... No, yeah, Cosmos still only has 2. And everyone else, like Shion, gets 8 million different attacks, so she gets all of them. Not able to use Rain Blade on that setting. Momo... I did get tech points, right? Oh yeah, I got 3. Unfortunately, they drop a lot of EXP, but not a lot of TP. And Momo, I think, gets hers from her different forms, so... 3, 4... Should have 5. Yeah, I got 5. The other 3 come from different things. So, yeah, you can get basically everything on everyone really quickly just by doing this. Which is pretty neat. And then, got a lot of money off of that too. Unfortunately, the easiest way to heal would just be buying regular medkits from here. But we're going to fight bosses in here and just see what happens. Let's fight the Margulis fight, because you're supposed to lose this fight. You can win for some rewards, but it's one of those, even if you win in the gameplay, you lose in the story thing. So, my party should be Ziggy and Momo right now. I have Ziggy, Chaos, and Junior, so that's already goofy. And I think he has like 800 HP. Oh, wow, look at this. We got a booster over here. But I think I might actually be able to kill him this turn. So yeah, he's going to absorb fire-type attacks, which again, it's only a big deal if you actually have people who can use fire-type attacks. And I don't think even any of Ziggy's default stuff does that. So, let's just kill him. I think this might be enough. Yeah. So, he loses. We get our points for this. That's just the usual rewards for just beating him regularly. And then, instead of kicking us to the story point... Just like the other fights, it kicks us back here. So, actually, I don't even need to do this. I can just make a save state. What's the save state button on this? That's the frame limiter. That's the aspect ratio, which makes it look really ugly. That's brightness. Oh no, that's interlacing. That's something. Which one's save state? There we go. Okay, so, is it control? F1 is save, F3 is load. Okay, there we go. So, yeah, we'll just make a save state, then... Let's just say, start from after the target change. And that'll just turn this door into a teleport to here. And I didn't realize it kept your party. So we've got... Oh no, Ziggy's just on the field because it didn't think to update that. I've still got Shion and Cosmos because that's who I'm supposed to have here. And, oh no, exiting the menu doesn't change it. I'm still Ziggy. But he's not any of my battle characters. Let's see if getting into a fight changes it then. Let's fight this thing, and... I mean, I'm going to one-shot these guys because I'm level 40. And it even healed me too, which is nice. Yeah, airborne enemies, blah blah. This is going to do like, yeah, that's about what I was expecting. I love how, it's probably because I didn't use points to level up stats, but I think it's really hilarious that these guys are still faster than me. Even though I'm like, end game level. So, let's see, I am still Ziggy, that's amazing. Let's see, this might... No, it's just straight up neither of them are the leader. That's amazing. And I still can't set Cosmos as the leader because she's supposed to be in her not the leader state. That's great. Alright, so that was one room. I seem to have turned turbo on by accident. There we go. That's better. Then, if you talk to this person, who I think is just someone from the contact subcommittee, if I remember correctly, we can go into a bunch of different rooms. This room is Fuji's room, so if I go here, it just closes the text box. And we can go to all the other rooms, and I'll have a bunch of other different things to do. So, if we go to Xenosaga's room, I forget which one this is. Oh, this is the worst one. Because the only characters here are Random 100 series that makes the save point sound when she walks around. And, ooh. Let's see what this does. 3 Elsa. I didn't know there were chapters in this game. So let's go to Last Dungeon, which I'm assuming is... Alright, so where am I in terms of story? Oh, this is just the end of the game. Okay. That's not what I was expecting. Apparently the game only has 3 chapters. But, let's see. Okay, yeah, this is just... Alright, so this is just another big story toggle. And I find it bizarre that Chapter 3... I'm guessing that the multiple Chapter 2s and 3s are just because this is the Elsa, this is other places. But I find it really bizarre that they only split the game into 3 chapters. That's extremely weird. So, like... You can go to basically the entire game from here. But then, what happens if you want to leave this area? Well, talking to this person, they basically dumped the text box text in here. So I have to sit through this just to choose another room, which is certainly something. So that's why I don't like going to this room, because I have to sit through that just to get out of it. But again, I'm sorry for the cars. I need to soundproof this better. Go to here. We've got more people. This kid. Oh, can I just get robot parts? Okay, so that's cool. I can just go here and request the Erde Kaiser pieces. Let's see if he's... Wait, hold on. Did he just give me 2 Erde Kaiser heads? Also, the rest of my party disappeared. That's weird. Yes! He gave me 2 of a key item I'm only supposed to have 1 of. Can I make Erde Kaiser twice? We have to try this now. Which, of course, means I have to sit through this 7 or 6 more times. But... Now, again, I'm level 40-something Xion, so I won't instantly die. I just haven't upgraded my stats at all, and I still have default equipment. There's probably someone else in here who will give or sell more armor, and if I want to, I could always just jump into a certain area, but if I do that, I might not be able to leave, so I'm not sure. Might have gotten 3 left arms, but I'm not sure. Oh, there was an I'll take them all button the entire time. That's my fault for forgetting how many parts there were, not scrolling down. Alright, so let's just see what happens if I take them all twice. Alright, so now I should have a monstrosity of... Yep. I've got enough to make 2 plus 2 top half Erde Kaisers. Oh, man, that's great. I'm just gonna save state that and hope nothing stupid happens. So let's go to the robot laboratory, because I'm going here because I don't know if leaving the robot laboratory will take me to the dock colony, or if it will take me elsewhere. So I'm just gonna try to make Erde Kaiser twice and see what happens. Oh. Oh no, do I have to... Okay, yeah, I'm not mashing through all this text. So, yeah, we're not making Erde Kaiser, I guess. That's unfortunate. But let's see what just happens if I go to... Let's go to the Merkaba, because I was able to go to the Merkaba in terms of story. And, like, have it actually set the story flag there. And if I did do this... That's weird. I only have Shion, Ziggy, and Junior, which is not correct. But let's see, if I leave here, does it take me back to the debug room? Or does it take me... No, it does take you to the Elsa, so this does do story stuff regardless. Although this isn't in the state where I can use the EVS, so it is still messed up a bit. We'll go back here. And... You know what? What's the maximum turbo setting? Because text scrolls really slowly. So I don't really turbo adjust. All right, let's just see. What does turbo cap out at here? Can I set it to 10,000? I could. Okay, caps out at 10 times. All right. Wait, that's weird. I guess this must have been before it was compressed, so it would still be on multiple disks. Because I found that in the wiki entry, it said... Oh, yeah, that's not... Turbo. Yeah. I'm not going to be able to mash through just with frame loader. So I wouldn't be surprised if there are text differences, because they were like... This is a couple months before anything. So that does make sense. And... Yeah, I guess because the picture of the disc... Which, if I can get this up, I think I still have it on my desktop. Yes, I do. That's what I was curious about. I believe, is this the right one? Yeah, it's the right one. The disc says Disc 1. And I was really confused because Episode 1 is the only disc, is the only game in the series that actually only comes on one disc. So I thought it was, oh, it's just Disc 1, just because it's Disc 1, they had to label it for some reason. But if this entire build hadn't been compressed to fit on one disc, that makes a lot more sense. Alright, so we're back here. That'll take me there. That's different rooms. Let's see what else is here. I'm in charge of the Woglinde. I'm assuming this will just take me to the Woglinde, so... Oh, that's a scrolling issue. See, it looks like there's just a huge amount of redundant menus that take you to different times. So that's weird. We haven't gotten to the best room yet, though. So we did that one, we did that one. Is this the funny one? Yeah, this is the funny one, where it's got Bunny just roaming around. It's got some random Utic soldier. And it's got some random Gnosis. Utic guy takes you to various places in Pluroma, which makes sense. Which, I guess this is just... All of the stuff is split out into literally every single... story scene. So this is just every single instance in the Pluroma. Then the other thing was different things. And then we've got... where is... Oh, this is just the beginning of the game, I guess. And... Then what does Bunny do? Okay, that makes sense. Bunny is imaginary space, and then I forget what Nephilim does. I definitely checked Nephilim at one point, but okay, that just resets everything. And then this is the Song of Nephilim, which makes sense. Okay, if there's an option that says use prohibited, I'm going to check use prohibited, and I'm going to make a save state, because this is probably going to screw something up. I also don't know if I have my... Oh. Oh, it's just right... It's just here. Okay. I mean, I've still got to try it, because I believe going right here gets me in the boss fight. Because I think this is just after you save all the people. Okay, it's just this boss. It's just some Gnosis. So let's see what happens. Do I have my party members? I have everyone except Junior, which is correct. So does this crash the game? It said use prohibited, so... I'm not gonna... I forget, is this the one where you need to defeat it twice with 2 different characters? I don't remember, but... I don't have equipment, so I'm not gonna do that fight. And then, I did not check Alan. I definitely didn't check Alan. Okay, this is interesting. What does this button do? Okay, that's just different coordinates. Or did those both reset me to the same place? Maybe some of those are out of bounds and it just was testing to kick you back to some point if you go out of bounds or something. And let's see what the last room is. I don't think I checked this room at all previously. And this takes you okay, this one doesn't have a whole lot in it. And then this is just the Utic ship. Okay, so it just looks like, for whatever reason, things were split up into different rooms. Why is she Elevator Girl? This is like an actual named character. It's really, like, I guess you first see her coming out of the elevator. That's really funny. Okay. That got me. That's interesting. Let's go back to the beginning, because it looks like there's no way to get... Oh no, I forgot. The default room is the one on the bottom of the list, so we got to sit through text again. But yeah, I guess the only way to get actual gear on you is to... Oh, I just keep taking myself back here by accident because I'm mashing and checking chat. I figured that there would be issues like that, which is why I have a lot of save states. So I'm not super worried about breaking anything too badly. But if you're the one who actually worked on the game, I will definitely exercise caution if you're asking me to exercise caution. So let's see if this took away my characters. So I guess I have to go back to Nephilim and reset all flags to get everyone back. Or that might actually, no, resetting all flags will probably just bring me back to default. Okay, no, so that just gave me Shion back. Or it didn't, or that probably reset the story flags instead. Alright, I'm guessing there's got to just be a button combination I haven't figured out yet to take me back to the debug room from anywhere in the story, if there's an option to reset flags. Because I want to see, can I get, like... Alright. Let's... Now let's go. Let's go back here. Ooh, actually. Check the UMN. Did I give myself... Oh, that shows how much I remember. I forget where the database is in this game. Oh, I got rid of my Erde Kaisers. I forgot about that. Okay, so I don't have any key items. So now what we're going to do is go to the end of the game and see if I can get back to the debug screen without doing it. So let's just try random button combinations. Options is just pause. So I'm guessing that might be the map number or something, if that shows up. Yeah, so I guess, because I think that was 511 and this room is 521, so I'm guessing every loading screen gives me something different. Yep, it's 591, so 500s are probably Elsa. Let's see. Interesting. Okay. So I jumped straight to the Proto-Merkaba state of the Elsa, so I guess I bypassed all the story flags that would give me all of Cosmos' other texts. Then I don't know what happened to the guys, but I completely lost the guys. So let's just try and find the button combination to take me back to the debug room. This is not going to be very interesting to look at because I am just pressing different buttons. You know, let's at least go into Proto-Merkaba so there's music. Let's see, if I reset, I probably... No! It just resets story flags, so I still have my levels and I still have my money. That's neat, at least. Alright. Now, I'm not sure if this is the Elsa state after going to it for the first time or before going to it for the first time, so we might get the cutscene of just going there. Guess not. Yeah, unfortunately the last Xenosaga game I played was 3, so I definitely forget how the Elsa works in this game. Because the Elsa's rotated like 45 to 90 degrees between games. So, that's fun. Alright. Let's see, I'm gonna... Currently holding down circle. See how long this takes. That didn't do anything. You know, it might be something on the pause screen. Like... Do something on there. I'm guessing it's not holding down every button. Let's see. I'm gonna bring open the... I'm gonna check the page where this was first posted about to see if it said anything. Because if I remember correctly, it just said certain button combinations will give you... Yeah, pressing certain button combinations loads additional debug statistics and menus at different points in the game. So... There has to be a way to do it, but I don't know what the way to do it is. Okay, I will keep that in mind. Honestly, both of those last two messages, I'm going to keep those both in mind. I might just power level and blow through the story just to see if there's any other differences, but I want to at least try to bring up some of the other debug menus that were mentioned, because no button combination is giving me anything outside of battle, but there are definitely some screenshots of info showing up in menus. I know there's some stuff of number in the top left corner in one of the debug rooms, so there's got to be something to do it. But we'll get in a fight and see if it's possible to get something to show up there. I also don't remember Proto Merkaba, so let's see how this goes.
I'm gonna do my best.
See, I forget what level you're supposed to be at for the end of the game, so I mean, either way, I'm low on HP, so I'm not gonna. Could also be the certain amount of time we're holding the combo button down for. Alright, so if I have not let go of square yet, so we'll see if that triggers anything. I do wish the page said other things than certain button combinations, because I guess I accidentally let go of the button because it did the attack again. And wow, Momo took an attack, just in general. Like, I know I'm really over-leveled, but I'm still on default gear. I'm surprised she survived that. And the unfortunate thing about this game is running away is an item. So if you're surprised the English dub is mostly done, this chat got to it before I could. This build is dated like roughly 2 weeks before it released, so this probably is just the entire. I'm guessing the entire dub is there, and it's mostly last minute bug tests and name changes. So this is just completely default Xion. So I don't have anything. I didn't upgrade anything. I'm just a higher level. So I'm not going to actually survive. I just want to get some debug thing to pop up before we try just going through the entire game. It doesn't seem to be the exact final build because there were some text differences and differences in the way things are named. So I think the dub is finished and completely implemented, but certain just like regular text isn't, or is going through final changes. Just because the build is dated 2 weeks before release doesn't mean this is the furthest they'd gotten 2 weeks before release either. Yeah, I'm not getting anything to show up. I'm trying to find button combinations that you can't use to do something actually in combat, because like, oh, R1 and 3 of the 4 face buttons, what if that makes something show up? No, that's just boosting. So presumably, whatever these combinations are that make things happen are for things that don't already do stuff gameplay-wise. This might as well be my first stream, as in the last stream I did was 2018, so I don't remember what I'm doing at all. It could easily be the length of time, but I have been holding these down for like 10 seconds each time before changing combinations. Yeah, oh yeah, I do still have old Twitter logo in the description. Alright, you know what? I'm just gonna completely reboot, go back to a clean debug room, give myself all the goodies, and see what happens. So I am going to give myself multiple Erde Kaisers and see if it lets me build a second Erde Kaiser, because why wouldn't I? See, I'm guessing if it tries to trigger a cutscene that isn't on disc 1, then it's obviously going to have issues. Prototype that had a rough translation with the option to switch it to... Okay, so that seems to be unusual compared to how a lot of games are, at least now. So the dub was already done, and the text translation was last. That makes sense for why the text is not final, but the dub is. If you don't mind just whispering me comparison notes, that would be very appreciated, because I could then compare what I find to your comparison notes and see if I find anything else. So I should just be back to everyone at level 1. Yep. Okay. Then I will get everyone to, like, level 60 at least. No, I actually have a video about how Alan got his experience in level 3. In episode 3. He does kill a couple Gnosis in one of the scenes where you're escaping the Woglinde in episode 1. So that's probably where he got the EXP that he then gives to Shion in 3. Oh yeah, you definitely hit the text limit. If you could just, like, paste it into a text file and then send the text file to me in some way, then that works. Okay, I don't know how many people are active watchers of my Xenosaga videos and how many people are just here because I'm streaming. Because, yeah, if you're in my Discord server, then go right ahead. I have, just because everything is closed except the Patreon channel, doesn't mean that I have DMs turned off. Okay, now you guys are just stealing the jokes that I was going to make in the actual Gnosis video. I was literally going to say, when I talked about how Gnosis makes salt, I was just straight up going to say, okay, now who creates more salt? All the Gnosis in the universe, or insert specific game fandom here. Is the Discord link out of... I thought... I didn't nuke the server for the specific reason of... Oh, that's really annoying. Alright. I'm just gonna... generate a server a server link, and that's really weird. I thought... Alright, hold on. Let's check the... I'm gonna copy paste the Discord link that I use in the descriptions of my videos, because if that's still broken, then we've really got an issue. Because that's the one I put in my actual videos. Alright. Let's finish killing these guys. Because what I specifically did was, when I stopped making the server public, all I did was, I turned the original text channel into the waiting room channel, and basically like, hey, this is coming back. And just got rid of, or made all the other channels private, so I could still keep the same link that I'd been pasting in my descriptions the entire time. So maybe the Twitch one just isn't the most updated version. I'll get on that if I ever actually stream frequently. Alright, so let's get... Alright, there we go. I'm gonna move Discord over this window. Or no, the biggest meme is I initially said the Discord server is coming back at some point in 2020, and then 2020 happened. So now it's, I'm not going to pretend I know when it's coming back. It's coming back when I mean, has the stream been stable on you guys' end? Because I'm not even on LAN. I'm doing this on Wi-Fi because I'm not super hardcore into streaming all the time now. But we'll just get that. That's interesting. I mean, if I get back into streaming Splatoon, which used to be my main stream thing, then I'm definitely gonna plug everything in, because I'm not the rude person entering Splatoon tournaments on Wi-Fi with 0.04 up, 0.12 down, or whatever. Because yes, that's actually a thing that's happened in Splatoon tournaments before. All right, I got times 10 points off of that, so I don't know if I really even need to. Yeah, I got over 1,000, so don't need to do anything there. All right, now let's just go through every room and get all the interesting stuff they can give me, because again, can't buy any items without going to a story location, which is a little bit unfortunate. That room is just story stuff. This room, this room I think has some stuff, because, alright, you're the Erde Kaiser guy. I like how the options are Durandal, Merkaba, Robot Laboratory, Infinite Erde Kaiser. So I'm just going to give myself 2 copies of Erde Kaiser part. And then presumably I can get an entire other set if I just give myself all the segment addresses. Yeah, I think I'm going to end up just making copious save states so I don't accidentally give myself... Alright, that's everything in here. And you're the Woglinde guy, so I don't accidentally get myself into a cutscene that I shouldn't. Because I'm assuming it's going to screw up the instant it tries loading into a cutscene, not even... I can't just, like, skip over it. Alright. So that's there. That's Pleroma. I'm just checking through everything because the Erde Kaiser guy gave me a bunch of stuff, so... Alright, that's just seems to be position stuff. Is it all flags and event items? Go to imaginary space for Kukai boss fight. Okay. And then you're just Utic, so... Alright, let's... which of these rooms gives you all the segment addresses? Is there a way to get any other... Oh wow, I was not expecting to get rated. That's interesting. I'm not used to streaming. This is more viewers than I had, like, back when I was streaming actual Xenoblade 1. Oh yeah, they got jumping physics down arguably better than they did in Xenoblade 1. Top of the list one on the right. Okay, so I just... Did I miss someone in this room entirely? That's a... Alright, you might just have more options than I was checking before. Chapter 1, Chapter 2, Chapter 3. Okay, second from the top. That makes more sense, because... I thought I checked everyone in here, and this one only annoys me because I have to get through this many text boxes to choose a new room. Let's see, I'm sure. Okay, you. Okay. There we go. Alright, please give me an option to just give me all of them. There we go. I like this. I do like the save point walking sound because it's better than like no walking sound, which some of these rooms just don't seem to have that enabled. Oh, you do get to see Shion's mom in this game. She's just not like alive, so that's unfortunate. And then when they flash back to the scene again in episode 3, the English version had to take the blood out. So Shion's just like, oh, I need to put all the blood back in her because she's dead. But she's just looking at her empty hands. So she's like, do I need to put the air back in? It's interesting. I actually have not so much a script as a, hey, I have this on my list of things I need to do of, okay, so is this at random, or are you just going to give me F every single time? Looks like it's just F every single time. So let's see. What items do I still have? Alright. I can review the information by pressing the / button. Oh! It just gave me the entire segment file, so I have 3 copies of the segment file. I forgot that segment file was abbreviated to segment F for some reason, which is only weird because it's less characters. Okay, so I've got all the Erde Kaiser parts twice. I've got all the decoders. I'm not going to bother trying with the decoders twice because the doors go away after you decode them once. So, let's just go to the beginning of the game. Actually, no. Let's kick Shion out ridiculously and then go to the beginning of the game. Yeah, okay, I've got... Alright, so yeah, improve, which... Yeah, that should be evolve. I know, in fact, that's definitely evolve. Let's just give her all of her ethers. Because why not? Oh, this might not even be enough points to get everything, actually. That's unfortunate. Yeah, I guess going to different levels of the debug room takes away the other party members. I actually did not notice that it was that everything was higher than default, because I already have it running at like 6 times native resolution, so let's just drop it down to native and see how noticeable it is. Oh, hold on. Got it. That's not supposed to be happening. Let's go back here and turn that off. And turn that off. Oh, yeah, that is noticeably better. Like, it's gonna look worse on stream, because I think I'm streaming at 720, and I'm using this on a 4K monitor, but, like, I can pull up any of my recordings, and it's probably... Now, obviously, this is imperfect recording, because it's off capture card, and I don't think my FrameMeister settings were perfect when I recorded this, but... Yeah, that's super noticeable. Oh, if you're staying up for longer than you expected, I wasn't expecting this to even go for an hour. But there's a lot of interesting stuff here. Let's... forget, do I have to upgrade her to Erde Kaiser? A Queen's Kiss. Instant KO. Apparently instant KO doesn't work, so that's going to be a waste of the points. But... oh man, the thing is, I can either spend hours mashing through text to get to Erde Kaisers. I'm assuming that it won't let me make a second one because they have different dialogue after you make Erde Kaiser, so it's not going to ask for having a full set of Erde Kaiser parts a second time. But I just think it's funny that I can have 2 sets of Erde Kaiser parts. So let's just give her some healing. Yeah, I don't think I've ever needed to use Medica Rest. Like, at any point when playing through the game. Because your HP just never gets high enough to need a full heal. Oh, finally exhausted my stuff. The one thing that I wish you could do, like, give us Xenosaga 4 so we can... it was cool how in episode 3 you could summon all the different Erde Kaisers separately. Just let me summon all of them at once. That would be neat. Like, I know there's no pilotable mechs in 2, so we didn't get that. But, so we couldn't, like, have an Erde Kaiser thing in it at all. But I think it would have been neat if we could get... like, an Erde Kaiser Skell in X2, if they're allowing Saga references. Or at least something like... at least Cosmos' Merc group is called Erde Kaiser. Actually, okay. If it ran at 900, then this is worse than it should have looked, because... okay, well, it's still... got the weird texture stuff, or the weird shadow stuff from being emulated, but... yeah, there we go. If I have the... set the emulator running at 3 times native, then that should be effectively close to... think a bit more than 900p, but that's... I mean, obviously, if it had to fit on 3 discs, then it would need a lot of compression, even now, if you wanted to have, like, a... if they wanted to port it to Switch, okay, here's $60 for all 3 Xenosaga games, and they just uncompressed them so they could have it running at 900p. I mean, that's still big. I should probably, honestly, delete the download copy I have of Xenoblade Definitive Edition off my Switch, because that's massive. Basically, I wish that Nintendo's compression wizards were allowed to work on Monolith games too, because, man, having to download like 16 gigs of like free update stuff just to get a physical copy of Xenoblade X working properly is... oh right, I forgot I turned turned off all the stuff so that the funny puppet shadow's back. Let's just fix that, because that's gonna bother me. There we go. Alright, I think we're in... I mean, I wouldn't even mind a localized version of the DS port of Episode 1+2. Oh, for making Tatsu jokes, I've gotta pull everything up. I've gotta pull up. Keep in mind, it was able to... I could have sworn that I actually had Oh, okay. I did have interlacing on, so let's just turn it off and see. Xenosaga Freaks, I think, is almost done being fan translated, actually. So that's nice. Because we got to get the sweet origin story for Catgirl Cosmos, because they reference it in every crossover thing she shows up in. So it would be nice for people to get context for it. Let's see. Where is it? Where is the Tatsu food? The definitive Tatsu food image. There we go. There we go. This is the entire writer's manual for Xenoblade X. Believe it or not, this didn't even need to be translated. This was found buried, hidden in between pages of the art book. And it was exactly like this. This exact image file was there. All right, let's actually play some Xenosaga. Let's see. I'm in the wrong room if I want to go to the beginning of the game. That's, yeah, I think it should be Tony that takes me all the way to the beginning. Let's just see how far we can get, because I'm going in at a stupidly high level. Yeah, from the beginning. Okay, he just straight up says from the beginning. That makes more sense. Let's give myself some actual tech attacks though. You know what? I like spamming Spell Ray. So we'll just upgrade that. Let's see. Lunar Blade, I think, is the ridiculous blade dance thing that was referenced in one of Jin's abilities later. So we got to take that one because that one's cool. Yeah. All right. Have that. You can have that. You can have that. There's no rhyme or reason to what I'm doing right now. Sure. All right. Now, at least I can save in the debug room, so I can make a save file. Or did I just... Oh, no. Well, and load save state. I don't even think I miss input. I think it just... Yep, okay, that's... Alright. Do I have to re-level all my ethers again? Yep, alright. I mean, I treasure any signature related to the game, because like, there's so little Xenomerch. Like, I can glance over at my Cosmos figure that I got right now, but Cosmos is the only character to get, like, multiple pieces of merchandise, really, and that's just because she's the poster child. I mean, let's be real. A copy of Xenoblade X with a signature would be great. A copy of Xenoblade X, in general, would be amazing, too. It's like, I got stupidly lucky when I just getting a copy of Xenoblade 1, because I got it for basically MSRP. Which, I got it in, I think, 2014-ish for basically MSRP, which was really good for the US, because obviously other places got it better in that case. But I feel bad for anyone who's interested in 2 because of Pyro and Mithra and Smash. So, because, like, that's everywhere if you want a physical copy of that. That's ridiculous. And then Gears and Saga, good luck. Like, 1 and 2 aren't that bad. Like, yeah, it's paying a reasonable amount of money for a PS2 game in 2021, but episodes 1 and 2, not bad. Episode 3, good lord, you could probably buy a Switch for that. For the price it takes, assuming you have a PS2 already, for the price it takes to get the entire Xenosaga trilogy, you could probably get a Switch, maybe only a Switch Lite, but a Switch, and either Xenoblade 1 or 2, which is ridiculous. But let's just do some tech leveling up. I also never level up attack power for some reason, which is probably just because I'm a Xenoblade fan, so I'm used to just go fast being the optimal strategy. $100 is probably the cheapest I've ever seen Xenosaga 3 for, like, since I was interested in the series. Blade, spell ray, do that, you can do that, you can do that. Yeah, the one thing that I'm, with the special edition of episode 1 from Japan, what was it? Was it the... There we go, list of Xenosaga media. Yeah, there we go. There's the version of Xenosaga 1 that comes with the Cosmos figure is significantly cheaper than a regular copy of episode 3. That's how hard it is to get episode 3. Which, man, it's just sad. All right, we're gonna save state before we try to go into the game. Oh, it doesn't matter if you're willing to spend a lot. If you want a copy of Saga or Gears, get it. If you want a copy of Gears, rather, get it immediately. Because just the rumor already caused the price to shoot up. If the store actually goes down, it's going to be terrible. Like, The Misadventures of Tronbon is ridiculously expensive, and it's still available on the PS Store. Now, it'd be great if I stopped mashing through text. I keep complaining about this one text box, and I'm the one who keeps mashing to stay in the room. Alright, let's go here. Save state before trying to save the game again. Alright, so it looks like trying to save the game in the debug room consistently crashes, which is weird because I thought I'd saved it before, but actually, no, I was using an older emulator version. The older emulator version didn't do this. It let me save in the debug room, which is really funny. But let's try just going to the beginning of the game and seeing what happens. Alright, so the beginning doesn't actually mean the beginning, it just means the beginning of the simulator. Do I still have any of my Mokas? I don't actually know. how you're supposed to pronounce that. Because it's too cursed to even have an official pronunciation. Yeah, I love inadvertently introducing new people to Makos. Like, oh, you only know her from Xenoblade 2? Just send a Xenoblade 2 fan a picture of Makos, and fun things will happen. Let's see, there's some other really cursed official Xeno merch. Like, some of the Gears figures were really bad. Let's see. Like, the Bring Arts ones, those are great. Like, I don't know if they're overpriced for what they are, because I don't know a lot about figures. But, the stuff that originally came with the game, there is some questionable stuff. Like, I forget, was the White Fae figure official? Because I have seen a White Fae figure before. There's a bunch of different Japanese special editions that come with figures. I think there was a White Bart figure too. But I think there were like 2 weird Millennium Edition versions of Xenogears that came with different figures, and in the Fae edition, you got a small Fae figure and a big Bart figure for some reason. Let's see, some of the Xenosaga 1 figures, like, there are ones for other characters. There are a few good Cosmos ones. But I think the Shion and Momo ones from episode 1 are really questionable. Good. Oh god, that is a $1,200 for a Momo figure. Which, I never thought I'd say it, but I think I'm gonna stick to the ones that are presently available, because those are less expensive. But let's just button mash a little bit. I do wish there was... I really wish the shop in the debug room had access to more stuff. Because that way I could, like, jump into any point in the story and not have to worry. Huh. I didn't know you could skip that cutscene.
Target locked on. Commencing combat mode.
This is familiar. It's almost like I started the stream with this. Oh, right. Everyone's super dead. It's not that they're not using the Xenogears IP, because they are using it for figures. Really recently, they came out with a new model line of just a bunch of the gears, which is cool. They're just unpainted. So, I don't think I'm going to get those, because I have no skill in model painting. But I would love, at the very least, port PS1 Xenogears to PS4 and PS5. That's all... like, I'm not super expecting a lot out of Square when it comes to obscure old IPs, but if you're not going to remake it, and I'm kind of questioning the quality of a remake, just make the original game available, please. It doesn't need to be on Switch. Like, sure, great, go back to Xenogears, new Xenoblade 2 fans, but if you're going to remake it, use the HD 2D engine, because... I don't think I need to explain more. Like, sure, it would be nice. Okay, actually, if you're gonna go full AAA, then sure, remake it in 3D and go all out with your big present-day Square Enix AAA budgets and stuff. But if you're not gonna do that, which I doubt they're gonna do because it's Xenogears, do it in HD 2D, because sprites are good. I don't know, I kind of ran out of steam there, but the HD 2D engine is already basically the same graphic style as original Gears, and it's some of the best staying true to the spirit while improving in some way on classic sprites. Okay, I figured that was the case because I knew Japanese copyright law is different, but I mean, honestly, if the options are let the Xenogears copyright lapse and have a chance of Monolith picking it up, so we can at least get Faye as a cameo in the next Xenoblade game, or, I mean, is that worth? Is letting the copyright lapse worth having to wait even longer for more official Gears stuff? I don't know. That's not a question for me to answer.
Get out of my way, or else.
Alright, I have goodbye now. I forgot to set ethers! I forgot you had to do that in this game. Who's the biggest? I'm definitely not the biggest Xeno Chad. I only have one Cosmos figure. And I don't even have the most subs out of Xeno dedicated channels. Thanks to Enel being like, let's see how many times my sub count Enel has currently. Not to make me feel bad, because he capitalized on Definitive Edition's release much better than I did. Alright, he's at 43.6. I'm at 20.2, basically. So it's a little over 2 times. .16 times. That's not bad. If I ever get the Gnosis video out, I'm obviously gonna clickbait everything out of the Gnosis video, because it's gonna be like, why these enemies from Xenosaga are the future of Xenoblade. And I forgot to set my ether, so I actually have to do this fight again. Another fun Saga video I need to work on eventually, it's more of a down the line thing because it's a super speculative thing, is like, alright, Xenosaga A Missing Year is a Japanese exclusive series of flash videos that explain a massive amount of important lore and setup for episode 3. They are fan translated, but it's not very good quality. If you wanted to adapt that into a game, I'd say make it a full-on character action game a la Devil May Cry type stuff. Because the only characters who actually fight in Missing Year are Cosmos and Jin, so you'd only need to get 2 characters' movesets. So it'd actually be a reasonable thing to do something like that with. Like, obviously they're not going to do that because they're not going to adapt Xenosaga A Missing Year. We'll be lucky to get any official Pied Piper content, and that was actually a game. Sure, I've got enough points for... I mean, I don't need Analyze if I've got the HP thing. Alright, let's learn some stuff on Cosmos, because why not? I don't know why I'm bothering. There's nothing inherently wrong with it being a PowerPoint presentation. There's something inherently wrong with the only quality it exists in being... Yeah, I doubt either the Gears or Saga copyrights are going to lapse at all, because they are still used for things like Square is gonna throw minor Xenogears content into Final Fantasy crossover stuff till the end of time, and they're gonna re-release it if only to keep the copyright. Monolith and Bandai Namco are actually in a reasonable agreement as far as I can tell, because like they made the Project Cross Zone games. They still work together on stuff. So I feel if we're much more likely to get Saga content in any form than we are, or out of Monolith at least, than we are any Gears stuff. And I mean, theoretically, spoilers for the Gnosis video, I'm pretty sure the Gnosis or fake Gnosis are coming up. Nintendo outsources a lot of stuff to Namco, so I feel like the copyright isn't an issue at all when it comes to Saga stuff, especially now that they're like, hey, the Cosmos figures, the Cosmos figure being the best-selling figure on Good Smile in 2020 is... I'm still trying to wrap my head around that, because it doesn't feel like a thing that would just happen, because... Let's just look at some other properties Good Smile has figures of. Because they make... I believe... Just going to a more popular medium and a more popular series within that medium, I think Good Smile puts out official Demon Slayer figures, and Demon Slayer was the most popular manga in the world last year, I think, and Cosmos outsold them somehow, which, I mean, great. Yes, it is part of the video. It's going to be the Ghosts are Gnosis, the Fog King is Gnosis, Elma might be working with the ghosts. Did Namco work on Ultimate too? I think Namco did Ultimate. I'm thinking Monolith worked on Brawl and Smash 4, but not Ultimate, which is funny because they have 3 times the amount of characters in Ultimate as they did in 4. And hey, we're still missing the Lloyd Irving costume. So technically Cosmos isn't out of the realm of possibility. I think it would be really funny if we just also got Cosmos as the next Fighter Pass character. Like, yeah, Mithra already makes her pose. But I think it would be really funny if we still got Cosmos. It would make so many people mad. But either way, I'm guessing that Lloyd Irving is going to come back in some way in one of the last 2 fighter packs. So if it's the Mii costume or if it's actual Lloyd Irving, either way, there's a decent chance to get more Bandai Namco costumes, which means there's a decent chance to get a Cosmos costume at least, because, I mean, there is you can get Cosmos outside of Xenoblade 2 on the Switch. There is a Cosmos costume in Tales of Vesperia, which is on Switch now, so actually I think that is the only way to get Cosmos on a Microsoft platform, if I think about it. Because Project Crosszone was Nintendo. And, well, also, there is an official canon Xenosaga game. On a Nintendo system. It's just Japanese exclusive and, like... I'm guessing it's because they don't have... the cutscenes are basically put from 3D to... I am not used to talking this long. I'm guessing that because the cutscenes are different, they don't take nearly as long, so they managed to condense... I think it's only a 20-hour game. Episode 1 and 2 on the DS. Xenosaga. Alright. Take this with a massive grain of salt, but out of the 2 people who submitted playtimes to how long to beat for Xenosaga 1+2 for DS, it was roughly 20 hours. I would, honestly, Xenosaga Definitive Edition, just making the amount of changes that Xenoblade Definitive Edition made, I would be pretty happy with that. And... I mean, in my opinion, Episode 2 would need more changes, and a turbo button for 1 and 2 would be fantastic. Alright, I'm gonna save state again, just in case... Alright, so this doesn't crash this time. Wait, I do have... Oh, okay, that's interesting. The other debug room save I made still works. So, I guess the save crashes the game when the save point doesn't have the EVS thing on it. So you can only save just in a blank debug room. I forgot to hold down the walk button.
Really think this is a good idea?
It's been almost, well, not almost, it's been over 3 years since... That's weird. Oh, can you just not escape from battles in the simulation? That's interesting. Like, I've never tried it, so... Don't worry, it's, at least in my time zone, it's not going to be Tatsu Tuesday for much longer. It's almost Wolfric Wednesday.
Who would have thought one of you?
And then, of course, we're all waiting for French Friday, because that's the only day that matters. That was, the funny thing was, or no, it wasn't.
Here we go.
Or no, it must have been before 2 came out. Because, like, okay, Minato Monday is the obvious joke to make when you're talking about Xenoblade 1. But there weren't really good things for every single day of the week. Like, there's Telethia Tuesday. That works. There's not really a prominent W thing for Wednesday that comes up easily. And I forgot how long Lunar Blade's animation is. See, this is a thing... Okay, sure, I murdered that one real good. But, that's my one big thing. There is one.
So far, so good.
There is precisely one attack animation in this game you can skip. And that's X-Buster. A lot of these attack animations are really long, so... If you get... That's the one thing I definitely want would be a turbo button for at least episode 1 and 2. 3 is really, really fast, so I don't think it really needs it that much as the other ones, but if you're going to have it, you might as well. All right. I did not know you could skip part of the Erde Kaiser animation. There's a good chance that I just was mashing the entire time and skipped it every single time as opposed to watching it entirely through. Also, wow, look, it's Elma's pod. Okay, yeah, the Momo... I'm guessing you can only skip the things that just play some pre-rendered video. Because I think the Momo transformations all skip those too. Or I'll use that too, if I remember correctly. It's been a year since I've played this game, so I'm sorry for forgetting everything. Anyway, regardless, there are a lot of long animations in this game. I would like a turbo button for episodes 1 and 2. And, like, Gears. Which, if Square just ports Gears to the Switch the same way they did the PS1 Final Fantasies, then, like, sure, that's fine, because they have really big battle speed up buttons that they can go to, like, ×4 just natively. The one thing Gears really needs is it needs an autocomplete text box button. Like, this game doesn't have it either, but, like, you know how if you hit the button twice while the text is scrolling, it completes that entire box? Gears text scrolling is really, really slow, and I don't read particularly fast when I'm paying attention to game dialogue, and I'm finished with the text box when it's like halfway done scrolling, so yeah. That's also a necessity. This is almost certainly a very late build because the build is dated, or actually, let's just save state here so I can double check exactly what the date on it is. Come on. Yes, it's a November 12th, 2002 build. And it released February 25th, 2003. So 3.5 months before release. So it's got to be pretty near complete. Alright. I forgot how little of this game has actual music. At least we have footprint sounds. So I can turn the game way up now. Get some ambient spaceship noise and Shion footstep ASMR, which I know at least Anel is into. Probably half the rest of the chat. I'm waiting for the annoyed Anel comment in chat after that. Okay, wait. Did you see the comment on the last Chugga video you made? How I made the comment I made where I made the One Piece joke and then you replied to that. Did you see the guy who replied to you and then edited his reply? Because that was, I wish I screenshotted the original because it was amazing. I forget exactly what it was, but it was the guy who's like, now that's a good point. This game scrolls slowly because that's probably the same speed the Japanese text scrolled at. I don't know how fast present-day Japanese games text scrolls, and I also just realized I think chat is... Oh, chat reset itself for some reason. That's stupid. We'll just... This is why I don't stream.
Well, back to work.
There we go. That should be... Alright, chat less broken. Alright, so the guy said something like, I'm trying to figure out what One Piece character he's talking about. Like, I mean, I guess Kizaru or Kuma might have abilities that are sort of like Sacred Arrow. Kaido does it too, but it's a breath weapon. And then it was like 5 minutes later, edit, wait, I didn't read your username, I'm an idiot, I'm sorry. I really wish I screenshotted that. He's like, trying to figure out which One Piece character can use Sacred Arrow, replying to someone named Anel. Look at that, look at that. Just stare directly into Bunny's eyes. You will never escape the UMN. This is how... This. If you look into Bunny's eyes for too long, especially the ones on the back, that's how you get turned into a Gnosis. That's what... This text lets me autocomplete. But a lot of the other text does. You do not want to see my middle school YouTube channel. I'm just gonna leave it at that. There's a reason only close friends get that. Yeah, all things considered, Bunny is like the least important of the mascot characters when the game seems difficult. I'm looking through this because this seems like it would be some of the stuff that might not be complete in this kind of build. Because I really want to check the database. Because I have a feeling the database it's just text. That seems like it would be one of the last things that would be worked on, but I don't know how this kind of stuff works. I did not mean to mash through that much.
She's really got you trained, hasn't she, sir?
Alright, we can skip Togashi. Most important character in the series, Togashi. At least one of Miyuki's inventions came in handy. Togashi doesn't really do a lot. All right, we gotta. I'm playing the Vanderkam scene in full. This is non-negotiable.
Listen up! You lazy bums are the cause of that accident! You're not getting any time to confess your sins, though. Why not? Because I'm not giving it to you! If you got time to be
I think there's like one throwaway line saying they're together at the end of episode 3, but that's about it.
You got time to think! You've got time to get your fingers moving! Don't even start thinking you got a brain to think with! You're gonna become machines! And work like them day and night!
Now that's interesting. When you're playing on actual hardware, it's hard to tell sometimes when it switches from the pre-rendered to the
Run like ours.
in-engine cutscenes, but I guess this makes it more obvious. I've never played... I've only played this game on hardware before this. Alright, we can... Yeah, we're skipping the Kevin scene, don't worry.
Yeah.
We can skip the Kevin scene to get back to the other Vanderkam scene. Alright, let's see. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I know it was a Saga video, and that tends to happen, but when I get less than 1,000 views within 2 hours, I'm disappointed, because I'm like, man, it's a cool thing. It's a cool Saga video thing. It's just interesting series history. Oh, it's the life hold! It's a life hold piece, guys! No, I specifically said that the Discord server is coming back when I'm regularly able to, I think at least when I said regularly stream again. Yeah, when I'm able to stream regularly again. I specifically say that in the server itself. But if you want to jump in voice chat, I will make a voice channel in the server just for that. Just for the meme. Alright, we don't need Nephilim. I was only here for Vanderkam. I also never realized the people in the background there were sprites. Now that I think of it. And also, this isn't a debug build thing. This isn't a Xenosaga specific thing. I just love doing this. This is always fun. I mean, I'm guessing your server has to be bigger than most, because like the wiki server has like 250 people max thing, and I think my dead server has more people than that. Yeah, I have more than that many people on my on my Discord server that's literally just one text channel with a couple messages. And I'm sure the r/Xenoblade server is just as friendly to Saga discussion as it's always been. All right, let's. I guess they would be more I guess I forgot that they updated the subreddit to allow Saga and Gears posts, so that makes sense that they're actually accepting them now. Back when I left the server, I don't think there were dedicated Saga and Gears channels, so... I love how Shion stops and is just like, which way is my room? Right, hold forward. Oh yeah, the door just doesn't open. That's neat. I forget what's behind this one. I don't think it's an Erde Kaiser part. So it's not like it's something I have already either. Alright. So, do we have a canon weight for Miyuki? Or do we just know it's something -3? These are the important questions. Because I think the scale is only in this game, and you obviously can't access that with Miyuki, who's only a guest in 3. I still think I think the Cosmos' overweight gag is like one of the most subtly funny things in the series. Alright, so in episode 3 she's 47 kilograms, so does that mean that she was 50 at some point prior to this game? That's how that works, right? Okay, hold on. Okay, no wonder Miyuki actually had to build in gravity reduction on the MWS so people could carry it. He's like, I forget in which database it was, 1 or 3, but there was a line where it's like, oh, the MWS has built-in gravity reduction so anyone can use it, even women. And I'm like, really, did you need the line that even women can use it? Because Shion is a trained martial artist, so I don't think she'd need weight reduction. But if Miyuki wanted to use it at some point, then it makes sense. And she uses the old bulky version, too. I have to wonder if the segment thing was some sort of localization induced issue, or if just having the decoder at the wrong point in the story did the same thing in the Japanese version. That's something someone who is much better at hacking games could check. Or if we could actually get like a prototype of the original episode 1 that included episode 2 content. I want that Jin model with glasses from the original trailer. I also think it's funny how, like, oh, this is the far future. Medical technology is incredible. People live for hundreds of years. It's confirmed that a lot of characters are actually hundreds of years old. But the main characters, no, you still gotta follow older than most JRPGs, to be fair, but still relatively young adults. Then again, now that I'm the same age as Shion, I'm like, oh god, the next Xeno protagonist for me to be the same age as is Laura, and that's several years from now, so I'm... Phew. Alright. Skip Virgil. Man, you're not even episode 3 Shion age anymore. I think if you talk to these guys again, you get, like, actual world building about the aliens. But actually, I should be looking at world building for the Realians, which I can do by just going back to my actual copy on actual hardware with an actual save about this point in the story. We should be looking for weird prototype stuff. Although, actually, we are getting close to the 20th anniversary of Xenosaga. That's the best time to announce a collection of some sort, if they're gonna do it at all. Alright, we got keywords. That's the really big thing that I wanted to check. I'm very curious if the keywords are all finished. Oh, wait, I forgot to check the attachment, because I forgot that this email works like actual email. Oh no, I already got it. Honestly, I don't know how much longer this is going myself, just because this is still really funny. Alright, I'm really forgetting how things work. Menu UMN database gnosis. There we go. Open the database app. I knew that was there somewhere. Okay. We don't have a lot of these, but I'm gonna check most of them. You know what? Just for fun, let's compare this to the final version. Because for the Gnosis video, I have the entire Xenosaga. I have the Xenosaga 1 database open because I was looking up a few things like the double slit sensor system that's used to detect the Gnosis. Let's go to Woglinde, which is probably all the way at the bottom. Go back to Industries, not the Federation Marine Corps. Alright, this is a GameFAQs compilation, so it might not be accurate, but according to that, logical drive should be logic drive in caps, so that might be a non-final entry. And let's see if there's... I'm looking for something more obviously unfinished. Good old... There we go! Jungian themes! We got it! Okay, so they were teasing... They were teasing the Miyuki-Tagashi relationship from the beginning. But then again, they were also teasing Telos from the beginning. So, I'm not super surprised. Oh, I didn't know Alan liked fishing. I did know and forgot it. So, cool. Alan just went up a few more steps on my ladder. Alright, let's go to Miyuki's entry, because I want to see if it says anything about Tagashi in here. How is she a systems programmer in the first division of a massive engineering corporation at 20? People live longer in this universe. It should be harder to get into an entry-level position. She must be like a genius, or got into this without finishing college. Like, it's heavily implied that Shion got her position, at least partially, at that age, at least partially through nepotism. Because Alan, who is older, was apparently supposed to be chief if stuff didn't happen. You know what? You know what? You can get... You earn that 10-second timeout. Oh, I didn't realize it deleted all the messages. Oops. I'm not used to streaming. I didn't know it would do that. Alright, let's mash through the segment tutorial. No, it's okay. This entire VOD is going up on the second channel. That message is still happening. You know, I really should be... Oh wait, do I have 4 segment files now? I have 4 segment files. Oh yeah. I guess this is the only way where you can see the blue light, but not the, hey look, you found where the thing is. Because I have the entire robot. And then... there really is just an invisible wall. The universe is... No, you don't get this. I shouldn't be talking to this many NPCs, but I kind of just want to look for unfinished dialogue, so...
I see. What?
It's interesting. We're already in the 150s for cutscene number. So... I forgot how much just walking around Woglinde you do at the beginning of the game. And again, I also forget my Woglinde geography. I really want to... I want to at least get Jin's entry in the database, because they already mentioned that, oh, we're sorry Jin wasn't playable in this game. Look forward to episode 2. So that seems like it would be a really likely place for someone to put an in-joke in. Yeah, that's not the eggs hanger. I feel like the Regalians would be upset if I compared them to eggs in any way. Oh no, he was only timed out for 10 seconds. He just somehow chose not to talk for that long. I'm going to the eggs hanger to, like, I'm actually trying to do plot. I just forget where things are. Because I'm confusing it with, like, every single other ship you go on for the rest of the series. Okay, right. I was getting the eggs hanger and the Zohar hanger mixed up, which I guess understandable. Oh right, the tag guys. I forgot about the part where you play tag. I'm assuming this is like to teach you how to avoid certain enemies. But this is this like the most technical part of the speed run because you just play you have to win the tag minigame the first time. Do I have to talk to you guys? Do I have to really reset the room to... Okay, there we go. I didn't realize you could skip them. I guess if you lose, you don't automatically go back in. That makes sense. I think I still don't... That makes it funnier. This optional tag guy interaction, you at least have to get the start of it. Also, the "do you want to play a game" is a bit more ominous than it should be. Once you actually have a battle against them. Actually, do you fight other... I guess you fight ones that have been taken over by Gnosis. Come on. Oh, right, I do need to buy the thing. Don't I? Alright, yeah, it looks like the debug room shop is just a clone of this shop then. And we gotta go through this convo again. Wait, hold on. I need to screenshot this for the video. Oh no, he didn't say... Oh. Yeah, there we go. He called the Gnosis ghosts. Ghosts are Gnosis confirmed. That's how that works, right? I also like how there is the technology for Dragon Ball capsules in this world, but they literally only use it for eggs. I don't think... Okay, yeah, so this is the Jin scene. Which... There is some interesting voice actor trivia about Jin in this game, because I'm like 90% sure it's different from Jin in 2 and 3. That's the wrong way. Oh, right. How could I... Okay, we've got to play it, because Albedo Jin is something I completely forgot about. If it's lagging, depending on what resolution you're on, you can bump that down a bit. I forget... Just to show how much I remember what I'm doing when it comes to streaming, I forget what resolution I'm streaming at right now. Come on. I went way too far, didn't I? Yep, keep going. That's real aliens. If it's lagging and it's not, if it's getting delayed for you and no one else, and you got it set all the way to 160, that might be an issue on your end with the internet. Because surprisingly, my net has held up. Usually doesn't behave this nicely. Like, I'm used to... This is still significantly worse stream quality than I'm used to, because I'm used to being plugged into a college campus internet, which is like... I think I got like 300 up once. So, I'm not gonna get quite that good for the foreseeable future, but it works enough. I'm gonna... Oh. Can skip that scene. We just need albedo Jin.
Like I told you before,
Why do you have 1,000 up?
until my
I'm assuming you like have a specific plan for streaming.
You know how long you've been saying that? I haven't seen you for 2 years now. You can at least
Oh god, that is albedo Jin. That's nothing like final game Jin.
filial duty.
Hoo boy.
memorial? Oh, come on. Why are you trying to resurrect obscure ancient rituals? Wait a minute. You've been
Okay, I was gonna say 1,000 down is...
again, haven't you?
1,000 up is kind of
Obsessed
ridiculous.
with those precious books of yours.
That is none of your business. Thank you very much.
That is...
How many times
That is just nerd albedo.
about my way of life?
And that's really funny to
I
me.
mean, way of life. All that stuff's just a stupid old hobby.
Alright, I think I got all the humor I'm gonna get out of that. But I have to see Jin's database entry. I forgot it said he's an expert swordsman, maybe? I forgot that. But no, that does seem to be in the final version. I forgot that even the database likes roasting Jin. Actually, let's look at the... I can't believe Monolith really hit us with the please understand.
Good night.
There's spoilers pendant. Alright, I'm assuming that the Gnosis still... I still can't hurt the Gnosis, because that's a...
Do you really think this is a good idea?
yeah. Have to find Cosmos and Alan. Man, poor Virgil. He's gonna be his actual level, and both Xion and Cosmos are gonna be like 70-something. Oh, yep, there we go. back before they took the blood out.
I've come this
Well.
far, I can't lose now.
That's what is... Huh. I guess I just... I forgot there was a button there, okay? Wait, do I actually have... No. I don't have any way to escape, do I? Because goodbye... Did I actually softlock the game? Because goodbye isn't working. I can't die. And I don't have any escape packs. Oh god, when did I last save? Alright, I mean... Maybe I could cheese it. Oh no, yeah, you can... I guess you can only skip pre-rendered animations. I'm gonna just spam Queen's Kiss. Which I think... It doesn't work. But I'm pretty sure they're hard-coded to... They either just have stupidly high amounts of defense or they're hard-coded to not take damage. What? Okay. Or it could just do 8,000 damage with a block. I didn't remember them doing that. And the worst part is... I didn't save since here. So I think I'm going to end the stream on that note. Thank you all for sticking around. I might do more of that at some point and like actually go through the rest of the game and see if I can find other stuff. It's just like, if there's some unfinished dialogue just hanging out there on some random NPC, that's enough motivation for me to replay the entire game talking to every NPC and just like smartly using the debug room to skirt around cutscenes that aren't on the disc. So, yeah, I'm probably gonna... This is definitely gonna keep me from going to sleep for a long time, so I'm gonna probably work on the actual Gnosis video now. Maybe I'll get that out within another 3 months, which was when I first started teasing it. But we're not gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that. Hi, VOD viewers. I hope you enjoyed watching this excellent train wreck of an everything. Maybe this will happen again at some point. Oh man, I also just realized that my game screen had been... Oh, because I changed the resolution at some point, so the entire game screen wasn't on screen. That's unfortunate. Oh well, I'll fix that for next time if that ever happens. Thanks for watching. I learned a lot of things. I hope some of you learned something or were at least entertained. See it for... Oh, wait. Did M2K play 1? Because he might be feeling a lot of things right now. If he just finished Chapter 9. Okay, he's not feeling things then. Chapter 9 only makes you feel things if you've played, like, 1. But, yeah. Good night if it's night for you. Good morning if it's morning. Good day if it's everything else. You'll probably see a video before a stream, but see you next time.